why you are in Ghana, because our neighboring Ghana, Nigeria, although they're not our neighbors, we normally call them our neighboring country, Nigeria. They are also having a Dirty December. You could have been there, but you chose to be here. Any particular reason for that?
Well, first of all, thank you so much for that wonderful introduction.
You're welcome.
For your kind words. Since I got in here, the energy has been amazing. So shout out to you guys out here at Guide Radio.
Yep.
Big ups to you, everyone behind the scenes. I see a lot of people in the house.
Yep.
Happy to be in Ghana. Ghana is home to me. You know, I've been promoting Afrobeats. I've been promoting Afro Nation, being the founder of Afro Nation. I've been trying to put the world, Africa, on the map. You know, unite the world through my gift, which is what I know how to do.
Right.
Unite. You know, create festivals, create events and stuff. So, Dirty December for me belongs to all of us, not just Nigerians. You know, I'll tell you the story of Dirty December actually, because, like you said, there's a lot to learn. There's a lot to teach. I'm here to learn, but I also want to let you guys know, for since 2013, I've been pushing Dirty December in Lagos.
Oh, really?
That's 12 years ago. Yes,
wow.
I did my first ever Dirty December party. You know, it used to be something small. You know, we did it in beach houses, we did it in the clubs, Q-Lux, you know, Escape, some of the popping clubs in Nigeria, Lagos back then. You know, it wasn't encouraging to come on. There was a lot of negativity. You know, what we saw, what we were sold while we were out there, and growing up in Lagos, being born and bred in Lagos, spent 18 years of my life in Lagos before moving to the UK to further my education. Thankfully, I thought that it was right and important for us that had the privilege to experience what's going on the outside to come back, you know, to pour into our brothers and sisters, to continue to reconnect with our roots, continue to find our identity, and you know, keep the energy going. So we always come back every December to get what's going on in the entertainment industry, in the fashion industry, entire culture, entire movement of, you know, what's going on around the festive period. But it became a destination. It became, you know, something we all owned, because we didn't have any structure. We didn't have any support at the early start. So it was us just influencing and bouncing off each other, from club nights to parties to experiences that we were, as creatives, were just creating. Because no one saw where we are today at the time, from the government, the policymakers, and the corporate bodies. They still don't understand how far we can come with this. That's why I continue to have serious conversations on radio, TV, you know, podcasts all around the world, to, you know, trying to get the world's attention to what our creative industry is about to turn into, with the economy that is turning around the world. What we've done here, like I said, since 2013, promoting Dirty December in Lagos, went back to London and still promoted some Dirty December parties.
Oh, really?
Yes, because it's beyond Dirty December, really. Like I said, you come here, you get all the information, you find new talents, you find new sound, you find what's popping, you know, and you go back to where you're coming from in the diaspora, whether London, America, Canada, you anywhere. You go back to where you're coming from with what you've got it. Oh no, this guy is the hottest guy now. DJs play this guy, and you start introducing, and that's how all of these things started, you know, coming back to the diaspora, and you know, we started exchanging culture and so much. What people didn't understand, that this was going to be the next big thing for Africa. Bringing a lot of ROI ecosystem was, you know, buzzing everywhere. I'm talking, you know, giving hope to every average citizen, every average African. Music became something everybody wanted to do, just because of the experiences we've created. And it's not just the artists, it's the DJs, the managers,
the entire
media, the entire ecosystem, even yourself, brother, you know,
on their personalities as well.
Now the future is so bright that even the content creators now have so much hope You know, everybody's got to now learn from the content creators or try to be one. Even if you're an artist, you still have to create content.
Exactly.
So that's the future. And the earlier we understand what's the algorithm of this creative industry, what's the next way to make money, and how can we collaborate and partner with what everyone is doing. Because if you think about it, you respect and invest whoever is your videographer, your photographer, or creating content or managing your socials right now, because that's where the big buck is right now.
Exactly.
So I'm glad that 12 years later, it's not just Lagos.
Okay.
12 years later, even after Afro Nation, taking Afro Nation around the world, including Ghana twice, I'm glad we are here in Ghana, 2025, December, celebrating Dirty December. Last year, I was in Rwanda doing the same thing, pushing that narrative into different African, systems and communities. So in the last 1 year, creating roundtables of conversations for creatives to wake everybody up, to tell you, okay, yes, you can do this, you can partner, you can collaborate. You've got something special that your brother doesn't have. Your brother has got something special that you don't have. How can you two identify your gift
and collaborate
and pour into each other? And that's the beauty of everything I have done around my 21 years in the industry. So the last 1 year, Senegal, Gambia, Tanzania, Rwanda. Ethiopia, Rwanda, Kenya, Zimbabwe, Algeria. The list is, I can keep going on, and it's not just Africa. It's also going to the destinations and the positions where you can find Africans.
All right.
So making our people feel, enjoy the indigenous part of our culture. You see what I'm wearing, my hat?
Yeah. That's
fashion, but it's something, the heart is supposed to make a statement before I even speak.
Wow.
That's culture right there. Our food now, jollof rice, either Senegal, Ghana, or Nigeria is number one in the UK today.
Wow.
I don't know about the US, but in the UK, everyone, no matter where you're from, Chinese, white, everybody wants to eat jollof rice, suya. That's how our music has taken the rest of our industry along. The fashion, the food, sports even, beauty, travel, and all the destination festivals that we are creating and taking around the world is waking up Africans. It's making people remember their roots and want to come back home.
Wow.
So that's Dirty December. Dirty December, as much as it sounds dirty, it's a blessing, and we need to embrace it. We need to find what it comes with, how it brings us back home and reunites us, to our roots.
All right. I was about to ask what you make of the growing conversation between Ghana and Nigeria, who really actually owns the Dirty December, if it's even relevant, that conversation that is,
I think, like I said to you at the start of the previous answer, we all own it.
Exactly.
Even if you created it or I created it,
it's ours.
It's ours. Correct.
We're Africans. We're one.
It's all for us. Like, no one believed in it. We brought something out of nothing. And we created it, and everybody's beginning to. So let's continue to think outside the box.
Wow.
Let's not get stuck. Let's continue to push each other. What's next?
All right.
What's beyond Dirty December? Are you only going to celebrate 1 month out of the 12? Or are you going to make use of the rest of the 11?
Exactly.
Are you going to keep pushing and dropping sprinklets of December from January to November? Or are we just going to sit down, fold our hands and wait till December every year? So it's time for us to understand what we are doing in 1 month, we can do it across 12 months in different ways. And that's when the reawakening actually starts. This year has been so challenging for so many people. Even though it looks like we're all over the world, we're global now, we're amazing. But what has kept us together is our beliefs and our hope. And I believe that 2026 is going to be 10 times bigger than this year in terms of success, greatness, African or Black excellence. So I'm here for it because now Dirty December is not just for Nigeria or Lagos. We're doing it in Ghana. I'll take you back to Dirty Rave, because during the time Dirty December was like kind of kicking off in Lagos. Mr. Easy, who's also Nigerian, was based in Ghana and was creating Dirty Rave.
Yeah.
So that Dirty Rave, Dirty December, everything just aligned.
Okay.
And Ghana and Nigeria has been, we are brothers and sisters anyways. And we've been carrying this, entertainment flag for Africa for a long time, then South Africa, So it's all about partnerships. It's all about collaborations. It's all about knowing how we can pour into each other. And if you're listening how, you see thousands and thousands of people coming and trooping in December. You've missed out this year.
Exactly.
What are you going to do next year? Think about the numbers. Think about what you can do within your creative space to either make money or add value to your creative mindset.
All right, great. Guys, you can join the conversation on all our social media platforms. Our Daily Guide Network on Facebook. We're actually streaming live on our Facebook page, Daily Guide Network. Also, you can send us WhatsApp messages at 0208876071. I already see some messages coming in already. I'm going to be asking all your questions, so please keep sending them in. Final one on the Dirty December. We have people in higher office, in leadership, who are saying they are against Dirty December. Well, I'm sure you've heard such statements come out. What do you make of it?
I would like to know their reasons. Because
they said it shouldn't be all about parties.
Of course it's not all about
but they should
parties.
prioritize conferences and summit. But I think Dirty December included all of these.
So I came in about 4 or 5 days ago now. And to be honest with you, I've done more conversations than partying. Some of us have to lead the conversations. People are still catching up, remember? Some people are growing into it. There's a next generation that doesn't even know. So how do we tell our stories? How do we tell them the values and what Dirty December comes with?
Okay.
It's not just dirty. The name, yes, is dirty, but it's actually a blessing to us.
Right.
It's how we... It's how we celebrate ourselves. It's how we feel good, how we feel comfortable. And if the policymakers don't understand it, which I don't expect them to, because the governments, it takes them time to wake up to these things. So the private sector has got a lot of work to do. We have a lot of work to do to continue to incite conversations and create rooms where we can have roundtable conversations between policyholders, the corporate bodies, the banks, the brands, and then the creative industry. What the creative industry is doing today is is even holding down some economy in some countries.
Wow. And
you want to stop it. Does that make sense?
No.
Since we've created Afro Nation and brought it down to Ghana, myself, my other champions, when I say my other champions, but other promoters, other visionaries that think outside the box, we've gone through so much. Invested so much, blood, sweat, tears, all the pain. You might not understand what it's taking us to get here, but we work 24/7. We are dreamers. We sleep, eat, live it. Creativity. So the policymakers, the government, the corporate bodies might not understand what it takes to be a creative. Now is the time to have that conversation, understanding that we need them for investments, for support, for us to finance all these things that we're doing, because we all benefit from whatever this Dirty December produces. Either think about Afro Nation, for example. I'll give you this quick example. Anytime we do Afro Nation in any country, Portugal, Ghana, America, anywhere, Miami.
This is Guide Radio 91.5.
What happens is the entire ecosystem benefits, from hospitality to real estate to security to the entire community. Everybody is benefiting from it. When I say that, even the creative industry improves, and obviously that's why we are doing it. When I say that, think about the flights. Every flight is sold out. To come into December, all the flights are doubling up their money and making money. Then you think about the hotels or the Airbnbs. Think about how much money they make around that time. So think about how this influences the entire ecosystem, the restaurants everywhere, everybody loving everything going on and just wanting to experience. But now it's time to have those conversations that you said. What about our history? What about our education? What about us finding out the true identity of who we are
Yeah.
outside of what the music and fashion and food is doing.
True.
Let's dig deeper. Each time people come back home, let's open our arms and show them around. Let's connect them. These are our brothers and sisters.
Yeah.
And there's no way we should just, not welcome them.
Yeah.
Because since 2019 now, for example, look at what happened to Ghana.
Yeah.
Do you understand?
Yeah.
Every year you see people from different parts of the world. Afro Nation, for example, attracts
Yeah.
people from all over the world. Like we get up to about 180 different countries that buy tickets to Afro Nation, which is now one of the biggest brands in our black community. Now, let's think outside the box. Let's not be stuck in one festival.
Yeah.
I'm glad that it's been able to influence so much.
Yeah.
And Afrofuture is doing amazing, sustaining and maintaining that. But how do we get... Let's start having those questions and conversations.
True.
How do we get the government, the right bodies behind us to make sure we sustain this and we continue to build for the younger ones coming behind?
Wow, great. I'm going to get into the Afro Nation conversation very soon, but I want us to talk about, your personal growth. For me, I've watched you on Instagram since for so many years, and I've seen some of your throwback pictures where you've posted when you brought Davido and Code to the UK and all that. And I want to talk about, Smade events. How did you get into that space, even the event space in the first place?
Well, it could only be God.
Yeah.
It could only be God. I don't know everything I've created. I don't know how I got here even this morning. I'm serious. I've not slept since I got to Ghana, doing rounds of, visiting venues. At night. Nightlife is my thing. I grew up in nightlife. I used to party every single day, even while I was studying, doing my master's, doing my first degree, going to college. So it's been in me. I don't know how I got here. It's always me following and aligning with my purpose, understanding who I am, and keep finding my true self. Oh. And in finding my true self, understanding my mind, my body, and my soul, it brings me home each time. And that's why you see me in Africa, you see me in all these different countries trying to create an awakening within the creative industry and let people know you can make it. Regardless of whatever, never give up and all of that. Just continue to encourage and pour into my brothers and sisters. Yeah. But how did I get here? Very good question. I started, like I said, I grew up in Lagos. My father was a businessman. My mother, amazing woman too. She poured so much love into me, and love, I think, was the major factor that brought me here. Love. You can't be this successful within this space without understanding what love is. Loving unconditionally. That's because someone asked me this same question yesterday. How did you get here? Yeah. It must be God. It must be the love that I pour into everybody, every room I step into. What difference do I make? Yeah. And how do I want to empower, elevate, support, help, whoever it is. And it doesn't have to be someone who is related to you. It could be anybody. The more you pour to the world, the more the world opens up and pours into you. And so I started off, as a young promoter in London. Started off with house parties. There was no avenues for us then to listen to our music or celebrate ourselves in the mainstream or any of the clubs then. So I started from the house. The house got busy, and then we moved into the clubs. From the clubs, then we moved to start doing concerts. When I met Wizkid in 2011, Davido in 2012, then Pato Rankin, then Ice Prince, then the list is endless. Olamide, and I continue to invest while working and doing other menial jobs. Like I was a builder at some point. I was a cleaner at some point. I did waiting jobs. I did all of those jobs, and I, at the same time, still pushing my education through. And learning marketing, learning advertising, understanding how to push this thing forward. So it was intentional. I dreamt this, and I've been consistently pushing this dream. And each time I deliver it, I don't get stuck. I don't just sit down and celebrate. I move on to the next level. So like I said, think about it. House parties, from house parties to the clubs, from the clubs to the concerts, from the concerts started doing tours, taking our artists to different cities where they were not known.
Yeah.
Manchester, Birmingham, Leicester, Coventry, pushing them. Even when people say we don't know them, you make them know them.
Wow.
Use their videos. Use whatever value that artist carries to penetrate that community. And that's what we've done. We use the student unions. We use posters. There was no social media then. Wow. I used to door-to-door hand deliver tickets.
Wow.
When there was no ticket sites or
online platforms to
go and buy tickets. I would travel north, east, west, south. I got pictures of all of this.
Yeah, you sometimes drop them. I check it out.
Once in a while. Yeah. Maybe after this I'll drop
you should.
That you've never even seen. But if you want to go deeper into researching Afrobeat and how it came about right now, go on Facebook.
Yeah.
Go on my photo albums, Adeshegun Adeosun Jr. or go on Smade. All the albums, scroll down. And you see the build up, which I have hidden for a long time, but I'm opening up those albums now for people to see and enjoy, and understand the storytelling when I tell it, because we have to tell our stories. If we don't, they're trying to buy everything out. So watch out. So we all are responsible for actually telling our stories.
All right, guys, we're still live on Daily Guide Network. I've seen a lot of messages coming in. Stanley Bannerman Blankson says, that's a great guy. I love the way the interview is going. Rich Homie asks of why Afro Nation doesn't exist in Ghana anymore. We'll come to that. But I want us to talk about the birth of Afro Nation. I mean, you started off from your home to parties to events, and now Afro Nation was birthed. How was Afro Nation birthed in the first place?
So I was obviously adding to the journey, the growth, and all of that stuff. I was studying masters, my marketing and advertising. My first degree was on marketing and advertising. My second degree now, my master's was MBA, and I didn't know what to do as my case study.
Okay.
And it took me time for me to say, okay, this is what I'm going to do, because it wasn't normal. Everybody else was writing the case study on other reasonable thing, and I'm talking about throwing a party or a festival or taking Africans to where we don't even think we would be today, so it was like God speaking through me and telling me you can do it, because at that time no one believed. I've had a lot of people come and go and had their own 2 cents, but it's good to see that most people that didn't believe are now aggressively in the industry, benefiting and making money from it. That's the beauty of it. But when I created that, at first people didn't believe. On Twitter, people came at me because I was a creator on the face, not just the creator, not just the founder sitting back in the office. I was a face. I was running every radio station, every TV station, campaigning all around the world, by the way. Everywhere we have been to, I've been to every seat and sat and spoken to every microphone in every country that we have stepped into with Afro Nation. I'm talking about the US, Canada, even we haven't been to Canada, but I've done press runs
in Canada
where promoting this African excellence with true Afro Nation. So it's bigger than Afro Nation. It's beyond Afro Nation. And I employ everybody to think outside the box and not be stuck. I know no one had seen anything as big as that when we created it. But think about the influences that we have dropped since we created it. You've never seen anything like that, but now how many festivals are there? There's 2. So you have to always continue to understand that it's a movement. Don't get stuck. It's beyond Afrobeats.
Did it grow beyond your original imagination?
I can't really share what I'm working on right now.
Okay.
But if you think Afro Nation, think 100 times bigger.
Wow.
Realistically, think 54 times bigger.
All right.
Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay, cool. So you're about to see something you've never seen before.
Wow.
I managed to get your attention, my brother. I'm glad. 21 years ago, where were you?
21 years. I'm in primary school.
Did you think you were going to be doing this?
Probably.
Well, that's
probably
good.
Because I've always wanted to do this.
That's good. I love it.
Yeah.
So you're a dreamer too.
Yeah.
And you're, pursuing your dreams.
Yeah.
Do you think you're going to be here for long, or do you see yourself going somewhere else in future?
Bigger.
Correct.
Bigger.
And that's how I see Afro Nation.
Yeah.
I've dreamt about it all my life. I've served all my life. They call me king now.
Yeah.
Recently became the Doctor of Arts.
Congratulations.
Thank you. And it's not about the titles. It's to remind me of my service.
True.
To continue to serve every day. Each time I'm called Dr. King, I remember I have to serve.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not sitting on any throne. I'm not, you know, I want to be active.
Agree.
What you're doing now is important. It's not about what you have done. I might be the founder of Afro Nation, but if I'm not consistently putting in work, you'll forget me, bro.
Yeah.
Do you understand?
Yeah.
So you have to always evolve. You have to always think outside the box. Don't give up no matter what, because there's a lot, you know, of challenges. You know,
and I want to talk about the challenges. I mean, the earlier days, what were some of the challenges you guys were facing?
The challenges is not even as bad as how we face it now. So you just have to buckle up, tighten up your seatbelt at every level, you know. And it's a beauty of the game, really. Challenges. It's what keeps you going. If you're not ready for the success or ready to achieve, you can't entertain challenges. You know, so it's understanding and knowing how to manage all these challenges that comes with, you know, being in the creative industry. But I always tell my friends, my colleagues, my brothers, my sisters, my kings and queens that are creatives to be guided. You know, all of this that you see on social media could be social media is a facade. Yeah. You know, so what you're doing in real life really is what you should be concentrating on. About. You know, and you know, don't let social media brainwash you. Don't let it influence you. You influence it. Okay. At all times, because it's been used as, you know, mind brainwashing tools. Social media. So how do we use our social media and our voice to pass the message across to the rest of the world? You know, I'm glad that, you know, everybody is waking up to, okay, if Afro Nation can do it, another festival can do it. If Burna Boy, Whiskey, Davido, all these guys can do it, everyone in Africa now are getting hopes that they can do it. If Smade can do it, you know, the younger ones too can do it. If you can do it, the younger ones. So we are influencers, and we should continue to use that influence to build and unite the world. Wow. And that's exactly what I want to remind people, that as you're dating December, as you're partying, enjoying, have strong conversations, invest in yourself, look for how we can get better. I don't mind people coming and asking me and coming to me. Listen, I've dealt with negativity all my life. All my life. You know, building this when no one expected it. At first it was like walking against the grain. You know what that means? When you see thousands of people coming to you and you're the only one walking towards them. All alone. So, I mean, I'm glad that I'm not walking alone now. I've got the world's attention. Exactly. You have and God continues to use me, you know, to pour into Africa for, you know, whatever reason he's using me for. And I've never stopped. I'll keep flying the African flag. Either you love me or you hate me in Ghana. I'll keep promoting Ghana. I love Ghana. If you Google African King right now, you see my face on there with a Ghanaian kente wrapped around me. Actually, the guy that took that picture brought me to this place. Wow. He took that picture in 2019, 2 days before the first Afro Nation Ghana. That was my birthday, 24th of December. And that picture went viral. I met the president through that picture. You know, the guy is out here, shots, pictures, GH, shout out to him. He's now part of my team now. We're building so much together. We got loads of bigger festivals, like I said, that we're working on. But first, we want to make sure we get the right people on board. You know, kings and queens, get ready. You know, it's time for you to, you know, be celebrated. This is for you. This is not even, it's bigger than me. It's bigger than Afro Nation. It's bigger than anyone. So it's how we all hold hands together and partner to create something bigger than anything you can ever imagine. So shout out to Shots Pictures, Kushni, all right, aka my man, aka my G, is right here in the background.
Exactly. Shout out to you.
Shout out to Ghana Music Blog as well.
All right.
This is a guy that I met, young guy. I met him 7 years ago, and he was quiet, shy, but I could see so much in him.
Yeah.
You know, there was a fire burning through him.
Resilience.
Yes. So, and I said, you know, why don't you start, you know, blogging? And today, is one of the biggest bloggers in Ghana.
True.
Actively promoting Ghana music blogs and, you know, blogging it and educating and sharing it. That's all you need. You just need to share and support. And everybody would, you know, they catch up later.
Very hardworking guy.
Today, you know, he's right here as well. You know, we're building so much more beyond just blogging. He's a great writer. You know, so there's so much that is coming within. You haven't seen anything yet, but I'm not just here as Smade. I'm here as your brother. I'm here to help, to pour, and give my access, you know, to the creative industry. One last thing I'd like to drop before you go on. We have a creative creative roundtable. It's not a summit.
Is it coming on Monday?
It's 22nd.
Okay.
That's Monday, right?
Yes.
Yes. You heard about it already.
Yeah.
You know where it's happening? Jumbo
Space.
Yeah. So
Meister.
Correct. So I'm expecting all the creatives, every single one, to come into one room and have conversations of how we can get bigger, better, collaborate, partner, invest in one another. I have questions. Yeah, I'm sure you have questions to ask. Feel free to walk up to me and walk up to other, you know, icons or other legends that have been championing all of this that we're enjoying today. You know, I'm going to have some people in the room. Last year I did it in Seoul.
Okay.
Seoul building. We had Kwame Uji, we had Olive, the boy. We had who else? We had amazing, you know, we had the band, you know, and there was great conversation.
Wow.
That was hosted by my friend as well, Black Volta. You know, and it was successful. We had a great turnout, about 300 people in a very short notice. Yeah. So this time around again, I'm back in Ghana, and I can't leave without pouring into my brothers and sisters. I've got a next gen academy platform I'm building, you know, to try and pour into the next generation, you know, and educate as much as I can, and also learn, because they're different. They're navigating this thing differently. And if you want to sleep on it, don't learn. Just feel like you've arrived. The younger ones have greater ideas, and I'm ready for it. So I want to learn as much as I want to teach people on Monday, so that we can all connect, and 2026 can be totally great for everyone.
So my next question is 2-in-1. Ghana being the first country to host Afro Nation on the continent in 2019, right? Because I think the first edition happened in Portugal. Then 2019, Ghana hosted it at La Boma. Amazing event. It was a 3-day event. I was there, enjoyed it. Even the president was there. So the president at the time was there. I want to find out, I mean, what goes into the decision making of which country to host Afro Nation? So
you gotta have to think about the safety of the people first of all. That's priority. You have people that have never been back home since they were born, or they've stayed away from Africa because, you know, since they left, they just never had a reason to go back, or they've just misplaced and they don't know how to find their way back home. What we have been able to achieve in coming to Africa is beyond the festival, is creating that platform for people to come back home and invest back in Africa. So Ghana, for one, was open. They opened their arms through the year of the return. And it was an avenue. We were still debating on which African country to go. When the year of the return popped up, and we're like, yes, that's the venue, that's the spot, that's the country. But even coming to Ghana was even more, it was deeper than just the year of the return.
Oh, really?
Yes, it was deeper, because when I visited the Cape Coast with my business partners and my investors at the time, you know, we went to Cape Coast. We learned so much, which I also employ everyone that comes, you know, to Ghana to try and visit these historical places and know more about your origin,
Yeah.
your roots, your ancestral stories,
Yeah.
you know, and that would help you find yourself.
Mhm.
You know, when we did that, we kind of connected it to Portugal, where we had just done the first one.
Okay.
You know, we did the first one in Portugal in August,
Mhm.
and then we came home to Ghana. Now, the connection is Ghana, for one, you know, if you know the history of slavery,
Yeah.
how Cape Coast, Gold Coast, and they took
Yeah, the
slaves-
Portuguese when they arrived
yeah,
in
the
Cape Coast.
Portuguese came, and then they moved all the slaves to Portugal.
Yeah.
And when they shipped us back then to
Mhm.
Portugal,
Mhm.
the same beach where they sailed,
Mhm.
where they started selling, you know, and doing all of these things,
Mhm.
hurting us, killing us, selling us.
Mhm.
It's the same place where we are celebrating Afro Nation today. So do you see the full circle
Yeah.
moment there?
Yeah.
If thousands of years ago that was what was happening, and
Yeah.
now we are
Liberation.
it's a liberation, correct?
Wow.
So it's our time.
Mhm.
Africa is now winning.
Mhm.
Culture is now winning. Our
Mhm.
food, our fashion, our film, who we are. You know, even our brain, our head, they want it. Everybody wants what we have.
Yeah.
Black is beautiful.
Yeah.
How do we continue to promote it? Through music and through all these industries. But we are now having conversations, like you said. Let's create conversations, round
Mhm.
tables, and put the right people on the
Mhm.
table to have conversations of how we can take this to the next
All
level.
right.
If our creative industry, our entertainment industry is doing so well, how can we get the government to build infrastructures and sustain
Yeah.
everything that we're creating right now,
Mhm.
from comedy, you know, to dance,
Film.
to film,
Yeah.
to being
Music.
a DJ, to music, to being
Yeah.
a manager, even working behind the scenes.
Yeah.
I was working behind the scenes for so long.
Yeah.
For almost 20 years, I was working
Mhm.
behind the scene. But eventually, the universe would like kind of push you forward,
Mhm.
you know, and you just have to embrace it. And
Yeah.
now, pushing me forward is not just for me to come and show all the glitz and glam and
Yeah.
show off, but it's to teach, it's to
Mhm.
speak and
Mhm.
educate, and you know, continue to build legacies
Yeah.
through your gift.
All right. Guys, we're still live on Daily Guide Network on all our social media platforms, so you can just join us and share your comment. I mean, send in your questions. We'll definitely ask Dr. King Smade, who is in the studio with us right now. Nana Kujumula is a writer, a very prolific writer here in Ghana. He's got some series of questions for you. He's asking whether will Ghana ever have the opportunity of hosting another Afro Nation?
So, if you have Afrofuture, you have it. You know, it's a kind of like a brother or sister of Afro
Okay.
Nation. I'm not saying it won't come back. I'm not saying it's coming back.
Mhm.
There are conversations going on, you know. But let's think outside the box.
Okay.
Let's not be stuck on what you've had. Let's think, what can we create?
Okay.
I'm challenging everyone. Yes, I'm the founder. Yes, there are other people that might be out there that
Mhm.
also gifted like I am. They are. How can we think and create stuff that would actually help grow Africans in the
Mhm.
diaspora, help bring us back home? I'm down for it.
Okay.
So right now, it took me back to when I created Afro Nation and we announced it. It was so bad that even my own brothers and sisters were coming at me. You know, people never believed that it could happen,
Mhm.
like I mentioned earlier. And that was because there was a show on Netflix,
Mhm.
mainly because there was a show on Netflix called Fire Festival.
Okay.
Just few weeks before we announced Afro Nation, Fire Festival was the talk of the world because this was a festival
Mhm.
that the organizers collected money and deliver. It had to do with Jaru. It's on Netflix. Go check
Okay.
it out. You know, and we announced. Imagine announcing
Yeah.
2 Nigerian founders announcing a festival after Fire Festival.
And the perception.
Ooh, and at that time,
Yeah.
the perception and what the whole world had of us was, you know, we're fraudsters, we're 419ers, we're
Mhm.
this, we're,
Yeah.
you know. So I'm glad that we've been able to change that mindset.
Yeah.
We are now known for music, for fashion, for culture, for all these great things. Everybody wants to be friends with a Nigerian
Mhm.
because of what we have.
Yeah.
Everybody wants to be friends with a Ghanaian because of what we have.
Yeah.
Everyone wants to be friends with
With
an
an
African
Mhm.
because of what we have. So
Yeah.
what we have given the world right now
Yeah.
is just a scratch of our gold.
Mhm.
It's time for us to all come together and mine our gold
Yeah.
and go deeper into
Mhm.
our culture and sell it to the rest of the world.
Okay. So since we have Afro Future, Afro Nation, we should stick to that.
Like I said, it's conversations that are beyond me.
Okay. All right.
And I'll say that because there are investors in play,
Yeah.
there are the policy holders in play.
Mhm.
The previous government was open to it.
Okay.
So we came, we signed a deal, and we were able to do it.
Okay.
You can't bring, you have to think about the security, you have to
Okay,
think
all
about the government, you have to think
Mhm.
about everything. You don't
Yeah.
want people to be stuck at the airport and they can't come in because
Yeah.
of visas or issues. So
Okay.
conversations need
All
to
right.
be had.
The last Afro Nation, I was there.
Yeah.
You guys took a bold step, and I must commend you guys
Thank you.
on the crowd, which led to the halt of the show.
Yes.
I was there.
Yes.
I was with some friends who had come from Europe, who had bought tickets,
Yes.
and we're looking forward to see Rema and Ashake perform.
Correct.
But you took a bold step, and we need to commend you on that and the entire team. Because look, event organizers are interested in how packed the place is than the safety of patrons. And that bold step that you took by letting the people know that we can't carry on the event because of the inflow, it was beautiful. And I think it's something that a lot of people must take a cue and learn from.
All right. When that actually happened,
Yep.
I was pulled backstage
Mm-hmm.
to make a decision
Wow.
to halt the show or
Mhm.
continue.
Mm-hmm.
And I pulled my business partner obviously at the
Mhm.
time, and we looked at each other and you're like, well, you're the one who's gonna face whatever it comes with, so you have to make a decision now.
Mm-hmm.
And I've already had some experiences of what to expect,
Mm-hmm.
you know, and it wasn't even about that. It was about the lives, you know, that that
Yeah.
we have exposed to this danger.
Mm-hmm.
You know, unfortunately, things happen.
Mm-hmm.
The crowd got really overwhelming for us,
Yeah.
and I think we all have to learn from all these mistakes and move on. But one thing I'm going to share with you, fast forward to last
Okay.
night, what happened. I was in the middle of the stampede that happened in the sports stadium.
The
in
GT
middle.
concert.
Yes,
Wow.
right in the middle of it. I got videos of it,
Wow.
you know. But let me go back to the halt of the show in 2022, Afro Nation.
Yeah.
That was a perfect decision. Although it was hurtful, it was
Yeah.
painful.
Yeah.
You know, the first show I would ever had to halt all my life. First show. I mean, I've had experiences where Olamide shows in London, they
Mhm,
rushed the
mhm.
doors and all of that. But this was different because we had over 25,000 people.
Wow.
About 25,000
Yeah.
people. And it was a good show.
It was a good show.
People were having a good time.
Yeah.
It was amazing. It was just the final bits
Yeah.
that we needed to enjoy.
Yeah.
But as God would have it,
I was like, just let Rima come on stage for like some few minutes.
we had to save lives.
Yeah.
It was important to
Yeah.
put people's, you know, lives first.
Yeah.
You're not greedy about the success or completing the show.
Yeah.
You know, let's halt the show and give us another opportunity to do it again.
Mm-hmm.
And since then, it's been heartbreaking. We were all heartbroken. We
Mhm.
lost a lot. You
Mhm.
know, we probably haven't recovered from the traumas of
Yeah.
that event.
Yeah.
And I think the people want us back, so we're thinking of coming back, you know, bigger than we've ever done and
Yeah.
do it better than we've ever done it. I'm hoping that, you know, you will be ready when we are ready.
Mm-hmm.
I'm hoping that I'm not supposed to be dropping it, but
Yeah.
the world is listening right now.
Yep.
And I think it's time. It's time for us to face it. You know, let any one of these negativities hold us back. You know, we're still finding our feet. We're still finding ourselves. Like I said, I didn't know how we got here,
Mhm.
but we are here. So it's time for us to speak to the government and the policymakers and the bodies that would
Mhm.
invest in these shows for better securities, for better, you know, better positioning of the events so that we
Mhm.
won't have issues like this. Like last night, like I said,
Yeah.
I think it was amazing what GT Bank did.
Yeah.
Having amazing superstars on one stage.
Yeah.
Like I got to see Shatta Wale and Burna Boy on the same stage.
Yeah.
That's history right there. You know, shout out to GT Bank. Shout out to everyone who was behind that show. I saw the head of GT Bank actually helping and trying to be there, but we need more. We need volunteers, we need support, and we need our people to behave themselves when they come out. I mean, it's all about the artists, it's all about the organizers, it's all about the security, but we need to speak to ourselves.
Exactly.
A lot of money. You came to a free show.
Yeah.
Free show.
To see Burna Boy.
To see all this greatness. And you still don't know how to behave yourself. If a brother is misbehaving, that's when you should whack him. No, don't whack anybody. Slap.
At some point of the show, Shatta had to tell his people.
Yeah. It was so bad.
And that's how Shatta is actually.
Yeah, I know. But listen, Shatta, he needs to speak to them.
Yeah.
He has a lot of work to do to speak to the fans. We need to use our voice correctly, not just singing and just stepping back. You are a leader. Shatta is a leader.
Yeah.
I saw that last night. I experienced Shatta Wale last night. No, but we need to talk about safety.
Yeah.
We need to talk about safety. What was meant to be a great moment.
Yeah.
During Shatta Wale's set, sadly turned out chaotic. It was a mess.
Yeah.
Dirty December flashed messy December for a minute.
Yeah.
But let's continue to get dirty and not messy.
Yeah.
So let's tell ourselves when we are going out to behave yourselves, please. If it was all about crowd control. I think there was less securities, unfortunately, on the side of the event organizers and and the sponsors, GT Bank. They've been doing this for so many years. I remember when we did Afro Nation, they would still did this the same week. And they've had successful events. So, but now I think there's a surge in our music, in our culture, in our live music, and what's going on in Africa. So let's protect that. Let's get better. And I'm hoping that and I'm sure that GT Bank will get better and come back from last night. They had to stop the show. By the time I got home, the show was stopped. I was just happy and glad that I moved my 15 crew members just after the second song. When I said, okay, this is beyond me. Yeah. We have to go for safety now. And, a lot of people were leaving at the time because even the fireworks was dangerous. It wasn't shooting into the sky. It was just over our heads.
Wow.
So all of those things, you need to think about safety. Human safety first. And from the start of this whole interview, we spoke about having the right conversations.
True.
When I came to Ghana 4 days ago, I came for a conversation actually called Diaspora District.
Okay.
This is where we have a powerful room, of teachers, Ministry of Education. We had, the creatives. We had D Black, Uncle Reggie Rockstone. Wow. I was on a panel speaking with also Abdul from Afrofuture. So and the founder Manau was also the founder of the Diaspora District was also on that panel. Yeah, we had great conversations, and those are the conversations that we need to be having now to educate ourselves, to know how to navigate this, because we are still finding our feet, like I said. Yeah. So I just pray that people understand, and we have great investors coming now because we need that. We need that bag. Yeah. We need that support system. We've done this blindly. We've done this out of believing in ourselves. Now
there's experience.
Now you're seeing it. Now you're seeing how it's turning our ROI, our ecosystem, how people are making money out of this. And the beauty of this is what it's doing to African pride. Yeah. Africans in the diaspora spaces are now feeling like, yes, I'm not trying to be someone else. I want to be who I ought to be, African. So how do we amplify all of this and bring it, and make it better, basically? So make Afro Nation better, make these shows better, continue to push this narrative
All right.
of black excellence.
All right, there's a touring problem in Africa. I mean, our artists find it very difficult in touring the world, and also even in our continent. How do we build our local industries and also solve the issue of touring within the continent?
Very good question. Very, very, very. So, the industry truth. Touring problems. Big stages need bigger planning.
Okay.
Yeah. We need more venues that are bespoke for live music.
Yeah.
Events, not sports stadiums, not stadiums that are meant for other industries. We need bespoke music, stadiums, venues, arenas, so to speak. And that would help the crowd control.
Okay.
That will help everything that we are seeing today that is ruining our growth or that is affecting our growth, especially, in the live music space. But when you talk about the artist, the artists, are they touring enough?
Yeah.
I don't think so. They're not touring enough. But once they start collaborating more and partnering more, it would only incite, touring, and the executive voice is important here. Okay. Don't let me forget. I spoke about safety of all these shows and all these tours. It has to be safe. You have to think: are you going to somewhere that is safe? Do you understand? Is Shatawale? If Shatawale goes to, for example, Kumasi, how safe is it? Because what I saw in Accra last night, I don't know. Kumasi has, for me, I think it has double the numbers Accra has.
Oh no.
Does it not?
Yeah, Accra is the most, populated.
Okay,
region.
What's the population of Accra? What's the
almost 10 million. Almost.
I'm putting you on the spot, guys.
Yeah.
You cannot fail. They're listening.
No, we can't fail. We can't fail. All right. So
it's all about.
But Shatta in Kumasi in Ashanti region post a lot of numbers as well.
I'm gonna call out Shatta now.
Okay.
When I met Shatta for the first time, we had a great conversation, and I'm like, Shatta, why didn't you tour? Why didn't you tour? You just do one show, you sit back, enjoy, and make noise and disrupt the industry like you always do. Why don't you do this outside of Ghana?
Yeah.
The energy you're bringing here, we need it out there. We need you to come and lead, come and be one of the champions living the diaspora space.
Yeah.
You can do it from home, but do it right.
Yeah.
You can't just sit at home and be, Shatawale of Ghana. No, you want Shatawale of Ghana to become a global Shatawale. That's how you can carry your country with you.
Yeah.
If Shatta starts joining people like Stonebwoy in actively touring Europe, actively touring Canada, actively touring US, at some point when I was doing this as a promoter, I used to pray for competition.
Oh, wow.
Yes. I used to pray to have other people do what I'm doing because I didn't...
Put you on your toes.
Exactly. You don't want to be in a comfort zone all the time. You need to challenge yourself and go for more. Yeah. So, Shatta, it's time for you to take this grace beyond Ghana. Start touring, and you are going to see. Once the leaders start doing this thing, Stonebwoy has been doing amazing. Sarkodie is coming to London next year. Okay. He's about to announce after this Rapaholic on the 25th. We're doing another Rapaholic in London.
Wow.
For Ghanaian independence.
I'm excited about it.
You should be. Yeah. While I'm here, it's beyond Dirty December.
Oh.
I'm here to take what's happening in Ghana here in December to the global space.
Yeah.
I'm here to show it to the global space through all my network and my platforms and everything I am doing every single day. This conversation will be posted on my platforms.
Exactly.
This is what we need to do. Yeah. This is what Shatta needs to do. We all need to challenge ourselves.
I've been on TV. I've spoken about this extensively. Yeah. I've met his team, Sammy Flex, everybody. I told him, Shatta needs to.
I'm
What,
happy.
what was the response Shatta gave you when you told him that?
Oh, Shatta. What do you think is responsible? Well, I think it's going to be different when we see now and have that conversation now.
Yeah.
I think he's ready. I think he needed to be ready.
Yeah.
So every creative had their own capacities, and let's respect that. They put in work.
Oh, yeah.
The blood, the sweat, and tears that we have all put in as creatives. The artists are doing 10 times more, putting their lives at risk and consistently delivering. Shatta has been delivering for like how long?
Back to back.
How long has he been in the game?
Shatta was in the game as far back as 2000, over a decade. I mean,
almost
and it came back
years.
again. Yeah.
Shatta has been running this, and he's really, really good at what he does.
Yeah.
I mean, word for word, people were singing his songs.
Oh, yeah.
And the cultural element of Shatta's music is so amazing, and it's not just Shatta. Every single Ghanaian artist. Yeah. It makes people feel like the Ghanaian music industry is capped. But that's the beauty of it. Oh. So how do we navigate coming and not being capped? It's all about partnerships and collaborations. There's no reason why a Ghanaian show should not be happening at the O2 Arena.
We're about to talk to you.
But first, let me tell you about, I think I've spent so long on here without telling you about Taste the Culture.
Okay.
December 26th, we have Jackie, we have Omale,
Tiwa
Savage, you know about that. Okay, go on. Black Sherif,
and
Marie,
Kim Promise,
and there's more.
Okay.
Oh yes, there's more.
Are there surprises?
Oh yeah, there will be. There will be surprises. You're part of the surprise too.
Okay.
So I just hope that everybody comes and tastes the culture. This is for us, by us, and what?
By us. All right.
For us, with us.
26th. What are we what are we to expect? I mean, with Taste of the Culture.
So, I think should be taste of Ghana.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Taste of Ghana. That's what it should be called. But it's Taste the Culture because we want to travel with it in future. We want to make it a destination festival.
Okay.
And Denta, my team, Fred, everybody's working behind closed doors to make sure we deliver this.
Okay.
I'm working on other projects as well apart from Taste the Culture. But for this trip, I'm excied about Taste the Culture.
Okay.
I'm looking forward to amazing performances from all the superstars. Tiwa hasn't been here in a while.
Yeah.
And Omale is amazing. They love him here.
We love him.
I think the lineup is perfect for Taste the Culture. Now the fashion bits, we're gonna have stalls.
Yeah.
We're gonna have a lot of fashion brands. I know a lot of fashion brands and brands that are making me proud that I would love to see.
Okay.
I was in Algeria and I met Boyedo. When I first met Boyedo, I prophesied that I was going to meet him in global spaces, and today we're meeting in Paris, we're meeting in Algeria, and that's the beauty of fashion. It travels and it represents us. And then food, you're going to eat so much.
Okay.
You want to eat jollof, you want to eat wache, you want to eat banku, you want everything. We get that. Come.
All right, we'll come through.
So it's about who we are, our identity, our music, our lifestyle, our fashion, our food.
I just want to come back to the event. I know we are wrapping up the conversation. When it comes to the event space, and we've spoken about the fact that, we would love to see our artists do the touring locally and also internationally, and to also center the conversation on Shatta Wale. He did the O2 Indigo way back years ago, but the natural progression would be that we would be expecting.
About 6 years ago.
Yeah, we'll be expecting him to do the O2 Arena. When we post some of these questions to Shatta, his response is he's not getting the right promoters. Another response that we get is that they can't pay me, they can't afford me, and all that. But for me, I believe that you can also go there and organize your own show.
Thank you very much. I was just about to say that. And it all goes down and boils down to education and exposure. You'll be surprised. And if I sit down and tell you how much David, Wizkid invest in their shows, even after paying them, they spend times 3 sometimes of what you have paid them on their production. And that's what's gotten them this far. That's why people take them seriously. If you want to be taken seriously, you have to do what it takes. And it's the gospel of Afrobeat. It's the gospel of If Life. It's the gospel of the culture.
Yep.
So do what it takes. Invest in your own self. If no promoter can pay you, you pay yourself and get that show done.
Yeah.
Get the venue. A lot of people are doing it now.
Yeah.
A lot of artists are not waiting for promoters to come to them. They're going to promoters and saying, I want you on my side. Let's do this.
You did that with Kiddy and Kwame Eugene.
Correct.
Yep.
You know, we created a partnership, a strong partnership with Angela Mensah, who is Ghanaian in the UK and also manages Kiddy and Kwame at the time.
Yeah.
I think she still works with them. You know, we put them in Indigo to promote it solidly for 3 months, and we had a successful show. Yeah. Sold out to the brim. Yeah. These are the things that we need to follow up on. These are conversations that we need to have. Yeah. How do we continue and sustain that? How do we keep bringing the younger ones? Only the boy needs to be shutting down venues in London right now and in the US. How are we, as Ghanaians all over the world, sharing their progress, sharing their songs, helping to grow our creative industry, and not just sitting back and waiting for them to come to us? So that goes to say, you know, it's time for creatives, artists to now start investing in themselves. Like I said, you know, you'll be your biggest investor. You cannot wait for someone to come and invest in you when you're not doing what you should be doing. So I think
we have event promoters come in the country, Lodia, Dennis, and we ask them which Ghanaian artists can sell out the O2. And for me, I've had a big conversation with Lodia, and he keeps telling me our songs doesn't cut across, because to sell the O2 arena, we need, patrons or tickets buyers across the African continent. I mean, white folks, Senegalese, Nigerians, and our music isn't cutting across. That's what most of the people from the diaspora who are promoting events, who are event organizers, tell us. Which Ghanaian artists do you think can sell the O2 arena, and what do you think is the challenge why we haven't done that up till now?
I think Black Sherif can sell out O2 arena.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
You just have to believe. The belief starts from within. The belief starts from the artist, the promoter. Even if the people are not ready, you need to kick it off for them. And once you take, I think a lot of Ghanaian promoters are scared of taking the risks. You don't want to know how much I sold properties to invest in shows, to build shows. Sometimes I lose so much money, but the show looks good and I just smile, I shine my teeth and I move on. And then I don't stop. Yeah. Not everybody is willing to lose money and move on. But you think about the brand equity. How do you sustain that? And you might not make money, but you're building something bigger than even the money that you should have made. Yeah. As a marketer, I know how to turn things around, and that's what I've done. You know, it's not been rosy for me as a Nigerian promoter, taking majorly Nigerian artists in the UK. Before I started working with Stonebwoy and all the other artists from like Diamond, Bien, and all the other artists from across Africa, even South Africa. Before I started doing that, I focused on Nigerian artists for a long time. And trust me, it wasn't easy. I lost so much money. Shows at the HMV Apollo, that's cost me so much money to invest in, to book the venues. At a sold out show, you will have people rush the doors, you know, and then you get fined, you know, so many things like that happens. You take the chain, you take it off the chain and you move on. You don't cry and just stay down. So I think a lot of promoters in the diaspora space need to challenge themselves, you know, to try and do more. 2026 is a different ball game. You know, I'm willing to help and support and give access to everything that I have.
Black Sherif team.
I'm saying it like
they should reach out. Black Sherif team,
you know,
should reach out.
I'm here for it. You see me every show supporting it anyways, but what about giving full access of what I have? Yes. I'm talking about data, experience, knowledge, you know, set skills and all of that. You know, talent is not enough. You know, talent is not enough. We all need ourselves now. We all need to come together and push this narrative forward. Like I said, once again, I challenge all the promoters you mentioned. I've worked with them. or most of them,
Mm-hmm.
you know, either on a club level
Mm-hmm.
or concert level. I think I've done a few concerts with some of the names you mentioned as well. But
Yeah.
Angela Mensah did amazing with Kidi and Kwame,
Mm-hmm.
you know, and I expected us to follow up, but we haven't followed up since then.
Mm-hmm.
So this is what I needed to clear first.
Yeah.
Because when I did Kidi and Kwame,
Yeah.
I got a big backlash from Ghanaians.
Oh, for going for a Nigerian promoter.
Correct.
I heard it.
I'm sure you did.
Yeah, I heard it. We discussed it
I-
on TV as well.
Okay, so tell me how you're encouraging me to continue picking up other Ghanaians. Even though I'm Nigerian, I picked a Ghanaian artist
Mm-hmm.
and I delivered and sold out the show.
Mm-hmm.
Just because you're not the one that did it, you want to now, you know, you want to shut it down.
Yeah.
And it's not good for the artist mentality, mindset. It's not good for
Yeah.
you know, the partnerships and collaborations that we're talking about
Mm-hmm.
now. Let's understand that it doesn't matter where anyone is from.
Mm-hmm.
A Congolese guy can come and do a Nigerian show.
Yeah.
It doesn't really mean anything. We are all one. Let's
Mhm.
support one another.
Yeah.
The game is open now.
Yeah.
We're not gatekeeping anything.
Yeah.
There's no break the gates, man.
Mhm,
Let's
mhm,
kick
mhm.
the doors open. That's when we need those people that
Yeah.
Shatawale's fans. That's when we need them. Come and break all the doors. And,
Yeah.
you know, breaking the doors is
Yeah.
challenging yourself, you know, to do more than you're doing right now.
Mhm.
If you've achieved something, okay, I use 5 Ds in my life
Mhm.
every single day: dream, drive, determination,
Yeah.
discipline, delivery.
Wow.
When you deliver, don't just stop. You
No.
do it again. You double up.
I actually would love us to go on and on, but the questions are a lot. I have a lot to ask you, but I'm going to try as much as possible to
Okay,
just
I'll keep it short now.
to wrap it up here, because there's a lot. And I look at the questions that are coming in. I mean, from industry folks. I have a show on television where
Okay.
it's strictly about industry conversation. So there are so many resource persons, pundits,
Yeah.
who are asking some of the questions that I'm
Okay.
asking right now. So that's why it doesn't get finished as well.
Tell them to come join us at the creative
Yeah.
event that we have
Jumbo
at Jumbo
Space.
Space.
All right.
Everyone should pull up, and I think
Mhm.
it's for us.
Yeah.
You know, whatever you can to support
Yeah.
the event, come
Yeah,
around.
you did mention of the losses. I mean, I just want to touch on one thing on the losses. You know, most of the time you book artists and the demands are a lot.
Yeah.
Tell me how you control that, how you go about these things. Because most event organizers get frustrated and they're like, I don't want to do this anymore.
When I started this,
Mhm.
I don't know how long I have. How long do I have to answer that question? 2 minutes. When I started this,
Yeah.
like, no one believed.
Mm-hmm.
I had to work.
Yeah.
Like, I was running 3 jobs and educating myself. Everything was intentional.
Yeah.
You know, no one believed. There was no investors.
Mhm.
You had to do it yourself.
Yeah.
You had to do it yourself.
Okay.
And understanding the risks and the sacrifices comes with, you know, sometimes taking the L. The
Mhm.
losses are going to come, but
Yeah.
don't dwell on it. Move on. Pick yourself up.
All right.
I've failed so many times
Mhm.
that my failures became success because I was the first to take risks.
Mhm.
I was the first to try it.
Mhm.
And when people wait till I try it is when they now say, okay, let's go and do it too.
Okay.
So I continue to put myself forward because that's who I am. I'm a visionary. I'm like a creative, and I put myself different.
Yeah.
You know, I set myself, you know,
Yeah.
okay. Someone said Saka.
The 2 minutes. The 2 minutes up.
Okay, 2 minutes up. Okay. My
Okay.
time's up.
So first artist you booked that made you say this is serious. First artist you booked that made you say this is serious. I mean, during the performance or a reaction or something that he or she did.
It would have to be Wizkid.
Okay.
Yeah, Wizkid was, for me, I've never seen anyone like Wizkid, even till date.
Oh.
Till date, I've never seen anyone. Wiz is definitely one of a kind. He's
Mhm.
a king. He's a genius in music.
Mhm.
He's a businessman in his head. He's a wise man.
Wow.
He's that guy is older than he is, you know, and he shouldn't be Wizkid. He should be Wiz King,
Ah.
you know, because honestly, everything we spoke about from the first time we met,
Mhm.
both of us, we're doing it now. You
Okay.
know, I remember I was dreaming about O2 Arena, you know, when we first, we started from the clubs, like
Yeah.
I said. The first performance of Wizkid was in a 300 capacity
Mhm.
venue called Governor Bar in London.
Okay.
You know, and to be selling out stadiums today is only the grace of God. So Wiz, for me, he has been consistent. He has been great, and he still has so much more to give. So shout out to Wiz.
All right. One Afro Nation moment you will never forget.
Taking my son on stage in Portugal.
Wow.
At the age of, I think it was 6 going on 7. And I could feel him, you know, I could just imagine myself as a 6-year-old, my dad taking me on stage, seeing almost 60,000 people, you know, meeting artists and all that. I think that was my favorite moment. And also word for word, people were singing, and my song too was singing along. I got the videos, you know, I think it was Chris Brown or Burna Boy's performance. It was just, for me, that day made me realize that it's beyond me. We're building legacies. Do you understand? We're not just doing shows or doing festivals. We're creating stuff that is bigger than us. Think about the impact. Think about the influence. Think about the legacy we're building. All right.
Artists you still want to book but haven't yet?
There's so many.
Okay.
But I think just because I haven't booked them, I think I've booked everyone, like anyone. It's only Michael Jackson I can book. Because I grew up watching him. I grew up loving Michael Jackson. So I don't think there's any artist like that you want to see on my stage that you haven't seen. You know, even if I can't pay them, I'll find people that can pay them.
Get them on stage.
So it's been amazing so far. 21 years in the game. I think I've delivered everyone that has been on my bucket list. You know, now let's go further. Let's find artists that no one has seen. I'm about the younger talents now.
What are you listening to, though?
Everyone. There's over 100 new acts. There's so much. You know, who am I listening to? That's a good question. Black Sherif.
Wow.
Black Sherif is a genius, and the world is yet to see his greatness. Black Sherif, I'm listening to Black Sherif. I listened to. So after going to Jackie's show a few days ago,
Front Back.
Yes, I was there. After going there, I started playing her songs, and I'm like in love with Jackie now. I also love Amari. She's amazing. There's a few others. Sakode for me is too much for Ghana. The whole world needs to see Sakade. You know, I think Ghana is copying him. So let's push him to the rest of the world. He should be in the same level as Jay-Z, Kanye, and I want to see them on stage. That's Sakade. And then my brother, Stoneboy. He's my brother for a reason. I've been to his house. He's been to my house. He comes to Smade Lounge anytime he's in London. I'm always around him. I'm going to be at his show. He put me up on his show last year when he went for the student show. You know, and that for me is beyond music, brotherhood. You know, and we kind of align. I resonate so much with Stoneboy, with how much he's willing to push the African narrative, and how. Shout out to Stoneboy. He just graduated recently, you know, from his masters and
international relations.
He's doing his show.
Big guy.
And also my brothers Kide and Kwame. You know, I love them. I listen to everyone and anyone, to be honest. So unless you want to introduce someone to me, yes, I have someone. Only the boy. Hey, can you play a song, please?
Yeah, we'll definitely play. Olive the Boy song.
Anytime that song comes on, or that artist comes on, I'm dancing. You know, he has something special.
It's good.
And I want to take him to the Indigo to next year. I'm saying that live on this radio.
Wow, great. I'm actually excited to hear
this. I've got back-to-back shows coming up next year. And, you know, we have a lot of venues we're working with. So we're going to be fitting the right talent into the right venue.
I'm actually excited about everything that you're doing with our creatives here in Ghana. Forget about the backlash. Forget about...
Listen.
Look, we love you. We appreciate you.
It's okay. I'll take it. I am wearing a bulletproof vest.
We love it. And I mean, we are happy you're working with our creatives. I mean, Olive the Boy, I spoke to Olive the Boy not too long ago. He's a good friend of mine. I mean, we spoke about a lot of things in terms of his music. I mostly activate his music here. I've interviewed him countless times. An artist like Black Sherif, I saw him come up
Yeah.
At the same time, I was also coming up from my university days as a radio presenter. And
What uni did you go?
yeah, Legon.
Legon, yeah.
Yeah,
Nice.
University of Ghana.
Nice.
And I remember correctly when Black Sherif won his first Artist of the Year, the Ghana Music Awards, and the journalists were asking him questions, and he just stopped at a point and said, "Put in, tell them my story. You know my story. Tell them." And I'm very excited. He's very, very diligent. He's time conscious. He was serious from the beginning. He has always been serious. So I'd always seen it.
What would you say is holding him back, and what can he do better? These are conversations we need to have. And let's be fair. You know him very well.
Yeah.
Like, you know his story.
Yeah.
You've seen his growth.
Yeah.
You've seen how far he's come. He's done a show this year in London. I think 2 years ago he did one as well.
Yeah.
What do you think is missing out, and how can he, elevate to the next level? Well, I want to hear from you.
I believe in capacity building.
Okay.
You can start with some set of people, but as we grow, the people around you must also grow. And if there's a need for us to bring in new people who can take you to the next level, you definitely have to adapt them and bring them in. And that is what I think probably the challenge Black Sherif will be having is because you are now becoming an international artist. You're not going to be restricted to only Ghana. So you have to start talking to people.
There's no one that speaks good English within your creative industry like Black Sherif and Stoneboy.
Yeah.
So if anyone is going to make Ghana music travel, it's Black Sherif and Stoneboy. And they have to do it actively. And I know I mentioned Shatawale. He has his own cultural angle too.
Yeah.
Do you understand? Because it's not all about English. No. It's about your culture, who you are, your identity.
Yeah.
Embrace it.
Yeah.
And, go into the world with it. But when you have someone like Black Sherif that can speak good English or Stoneboy and then still carry their cultural
along
aspect of their music along with them, that's everything.
True.
So I think more promoters need to look into these guys and take them, to shows and take them to tours and all of that. So
I think they have to also reach out to these promoters. For me, I think
next year there will be
I'm happy.
More shows
to
see. So
thank you.
We're going to have those conversations with the managers, and I'm here for it. Like I said,
exactly.
I came to mirror what's happening in Ghana.
Yes.
And then try and take it
to
the diaspora.
Great.
So there's so many shows lined up. We've just done Diaspora District. There was Jackie's show.
Taste of Culture is coming on 26th.
Taste of Culture. But before Taste of Culture, we have Kiddy's show on the 23rd.
At Polo Beach Club.
There's Kofi Kinata also.
Yeah.
In Kumasi.
What do you make of Kofi Kinata?
What do I know about him?
What do you make of him? His music?
I think he's amazing. I think he's a genius that the world is not even ready for. No one has heard him.
Yeah.
The fact is, his music is not matching his brand yet. Once that starts working, the world is going to wake up.
Okay.
But for now, he's a genius. His show is going to be crazy ahead.
Yeah.
And I wish I could be there. It's going to take me 4 hours to drive.
Yeah, you have to.
I have to.
You have to go see
it. Is it not today?
You have to go see it.
Is it today? 25th.
Okay.
Christmas Day.
Yeah.
Okay, I have Saturday, so I have to decide which one. Rapaholic is something I've already signed up to, but I would make sure I promote and show Kofi Kinata my love. Yeah. We have Kiddy, I mentioned. We also have Stoneboy.
The Big Fest, the 10th edition.
Correct. And we have Rapaholic, we have Taste of Culture with all the artists that I've mentioned earlier, and then we have Afrofuture for 2 dates, and then there's still more.
What do you make of Afrofuture lineup?
I think it's amazing. Ashake is on there, right? That's one of my favorite artists. You didn't get to see him
at Afro-Nation and Rema as well.
And Rema as well. So you got two of the hottest kids in the game right now. So, and what else? I think it's amazing lineup. I'm looking forward to it. I'm sure.
Will you be there? Okay.
Of course, I'm here for like I'm in Ghana. I'm Ghanaian right now.
Yeah.
So
I mean, Afrofuture has taken a lot of clue from you. I mean, when you look at a festival that was birthed in Ghana, now they had their first edition outside Ghana in Detroit.
yeah.
And I think it's good. I think it's a great inspiration. and all
Well,
that. So yeah.
I don't think anyone is copying anyone.
No,
but
but
I
just
do
learn
know
from each
that growing up, I was the only promoter doing this in the diaspora space for a long time,
Mhm.
almost 10 years growing
Mhm.
up. And when I say the diaspora space, I was on everybody's mood board. I became a lot of promoters'
Yeah.
case study.
Why did
Either-
Afro Nation happen in Nigeria the other time?
Well, the policymakers are not ready.
Okay.
Like you have to think about the insecurity,
Yeah.
safety, and all the things I mentioned about what makes Ghana a perfect place to come to. You know, the government is still working on so many things, and you're
Mhm.
not going to bring people from across the world, over
Mhm.
180 countries,
Mhm.
to a space where you endanger their life or you're not sure.
Yeah.
So those are the things. But now, I think there's infrastructures built. The
Mhm.
government are having the conversations. There's Entertainment Week
Mhm.
Africa happening.
Mhm.
So the conversations are happening, and
All
the
right.
government is now waking up to
Yeah.
how much they can make
Yeah.
from the creative industry, and that's what's interesting to them. So it's not. I think the whole December in Nigeria is Afro Nation.
Oh.
That's how I want to leave it.
Okay.
The whole December
Yeah. It's
From
one
the
Afro Nation.
first
Yeah.
to the 31st.
Yeah.
It's all Afro Nation.
Wow. Yeah. I know you won't be too happy that for a Nigerian to birth a big concert or a big movement like this and not have it in his hometown.
No, I think it's important to understand why you created it. It's
Yeah.
a destination festival. You know,
Yeah.
we always want to travel with it.
Exactly.
So, you know, if we have to take it back home, home has to be ready for it.
Mhm.
You know, can you imagine what happened yesterday,
Yep.
Shatawale?
Mhm.
Where the crowd wasn't ready for Shatawale.
Yeah.
So that's why we had to stop the show.
Yeah.
So we want to be ready. We want to be fully prepared,
Mhm.
not just, you know, putting a show together
Yeah.
that we know, you know, could possibly happen. I'm sure my partners or the investors now carrying the brand would be able to create something. I'm also creating more stuff than Afro Nation
Okay.
that you are going to start seeing soon.
All right. Thank you very much for
I'm
joining
also
us.
behind a lot of festivals.
Yeah.
You know, I'm here supporting Taste the Culture,
Yeah.
and I'm embracing. I've opened my heart to embrace everyone
Mhm.
I've influenced. That let's take it together, and that's the partnership
Mhm.
and collaborative narrative that
All right.
I'm talking about.
Dr. King Smade, thank you very much for spending your morning with us all through to the afternoon. I know you are very busy, so I'm going to wrap up the conversation. And finally, what message do you have for young people listening to us right now?
Simple as believe in your dreams, believe in the power of your
Mhm.
dreams. I know you've heard it so much.
Mhm.
I know it can be hard.
Mhm.
I know it can be challenging. We've all been there. You know, a lot of the people you look up to, they go through so much. So don't think you're the only one going through so much.
Okay.
Never give up. Believe in your dreams, like I said.
Yeah.
And, yeah, trust in God.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
All right. Guys, it's still logged on to Guide Radio 91.5 FM. And we just had a big conversation with Dr. King Smade. He's in town. And he agreed to come to share some knowledge with us. He actually told us that he's been listening to Live the Boy show. And he's a big fan of Sarkodie as well. So why not put a song that we have both Olive and Sack on? Cue.